It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Panthers and the Texans on Thursday night primetime.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. As always, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our two quarterbacks in this one, both in new situations here in 2021. Sam Darnold of the Panthers, Tyrod Taylor of the Texans.
And Brandon, I think for most of us, change can be a little bit scary, a little bit unsettling, but I think for both of these guys, change is going to be a good thing. They get a fresh start, clear out some of the negative thoughts, and just go out and play football again. New situations, new opportunities.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And the Texans set to take over on offense, and we see them led out by their veteran quarterback in his 11th season in the NFL, but first in the Lone Star State, Tyrod Taylor.
His athleticism in college was never in question. In fact, many NFL scouts thought he might be better suited to play receiver, but always believed in himself, always wanted to be a quarterback, and continues to prove his worth at that position in the NFL.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Taylor. They go screen. This is Ingram. Powers by at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. Taylor will throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Taylor. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Texans' new punter for 2021, Cameron Johnston, on to punt. Back deep, Alex Erickson. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Well, the Panther offense ready to go for their first possession. And at the helm, you see him in his first year in Carolina after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
Many people put stock in a quarterback's record as a starter, and Sam Darnold just 13 and 25 overall with the Jets. So many think that he's not going to be the guy, but there's a lot of talent there, and the Carolina Panthers are expecting it to come out. This could be a classic case of a change of scenery could do him well. Plus, the surrounding cast that he's inheriting in Carolina, better than anything he played with in New York. This is a great opportunity for Sam Darnold.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. To throw is Darnold. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
That's a big gainer on that play. And from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go, baby.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st down, it's Darnold. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. It's Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Everyone in a Carolina uniform happy to see that first down catch by DJ Moore, but none happier than his new quarterback, Sam Darnold, who never really had a wide receiver one in New York. Now he has one in DJ Moore, who's gone over 1,100 yards in each of his last 2 seasons. 3rd in the league in 2020 in yards per reception.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Looking deep now for Amendola. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Taylor. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Dancing to his left. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Let's chat, CD, about this Carolina team as they bring their offense back out. They do have Christian McCaffrey back. Remember, he was limited to 3 games last year with injury. They have a new quarterback named Sam Darnold. And, oh, by the way, week 1, they will face the Jets, who traded Sam Darnold to Carolina. So that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, the only way that gets better is if that game was in New York and New Jersey. Right? If that game was back there against the Jets on the road, then it'd be absolutely perfect. But if you're Sam Darnold, what a fresh start. How about being able to throw to DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson on the outside, drafting Terrace Marshall out of LSU. This is good for him. Better weapons, a better overall offensive line. He's got a chance to finally blossom as a quarterback. And if he does, a 5-11 2020 could turn into an 8 or 9 win season for Carolina.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 31, Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
The first opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Darnold under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ross Blacklock, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely, give these guys something to cheer about. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. It's complete to Chris Conley. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass at just under 20 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Taylor to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona, and he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on a POV game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You can't.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Taylor. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor dumping it off for Johnson. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. So now this to get themselves a lead here heading into the break. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Carolina. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The offense trots back onto the field, and we shine our Madden spotlight on Sam Darnold. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A first down throw, Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 75 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
It's caught at the 1. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now Taylor on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be second down.
Well, CD, something that we've done for a number of years as the season gets going is we get predictions on each side. Let's start with the AFC. Who do you have in 2021 as your division winners?
Well, let's go to the East, and I think Buffalo repeats, although New England, they got better in the offseason, and despite starting a rookie quarterback in Mac.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Hassan Reddick able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. To throw is Taylor. And it's caught here. Amendola. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That is incomplete.
Now let's go back, Charles, to your preseason predictions. You gave us what you thought on the AFC. How about the NFC side in 2021?
All right, how about the Washington football team winning the NFC East? I think in the North, Green Bay comes back and represents again. In the South, Tampa Bay, who finished 2nd in their division last year to New Orleans, they win the division this time. And then out West, the Los Angeles Rams with their new quarterback, Matthew Stafford. And I like the Los Angeles Rams in an upset over Tampa Bay to win the NFC.
And then earlier you said the Chiefs on the AFC side. So who do you have here winning it all?
Well, winning it all is going back to Kansas City, baby. Patrick Mahomes for the 3rd straight year in the Super Bowl. This time he wins it, and he'll be 2 for 3.
Yeah, I think I like the Chiefs as well, CD. But, man, an AFC title again, a rematch between them and the Bills. It would kind of be cool to see the Bills back on top in the AFC. But I think you're right. I've got the Chiefs in the end as well.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd and 5.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he should be able to pick deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Being chased out left. And down he'll go at the 25. And Give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Darnold on first down.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey,
71 yards.
and the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor.
He'll check. Down to Johnson. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down. Taylor steps away to his left. He's got Akins, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Play action. Now Taylor. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go down at the 28.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On second and very short, Taylor dancing to his left. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Now they'll throw with Taylor sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tyrod Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Darnold from the gun. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 32 that time. Play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And he will find the rookie from LSU, Terrace Marshall. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On first down, Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Ross Blacklock, his 2nd sack of the night. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
After the sack on first down, Darnold. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. On first down, it's Taylor rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Throwing on 2nd and long. Taylor forced out to his left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now Taylor. They'll roll him out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tyrod Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans have once again taken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
That signifies the 4th quarters here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter. What we found out so far, 2 touchdowns in here, and now they've taken the lead.
Second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 2. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Here's Darnold.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, Taylor going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Malik Collins in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it, they're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And his kick here is good. And that will give him a 12-point lead. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.